chance to or not?
That's perfect.
All
Probably. Yeah. But we can always, like I say,
I didn't consider. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Well, you don't want me to fix it.
Fingers crossed to get it done. No, she's, I'm already getting with that. Everyone should leave worse than even left.
not bad.
Look at Joe. Hey, Joe. Joe. Oh. That makes sense. All right, we gotta give you our sign. Sharp dress, He's 2 minutes late, so he's trying to get second. I thought he was coming here.
Welcome to our Wednesday, December 17th Commissioner meeting. If you will stand and join me for the pledge and a prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, we ask for your mercy, guidance, and wisdom. during these trying times. We ask for your guiding hand upon us as we make decisions for our county. All these things we ask in your name. Amen. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the minutes of the previous meeting? And if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the claims? And if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve claims. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the payroll? And if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Debbie, what's the Centos thing?
They want to talk to you guys about possibly coming back into county. Thank you. Mostly talk to somebody.
About the cleaning supplies? Are they here? I don't see the, I don't. Okay, we will table that. I have the clerk's monthly report. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We have the monthly report from IT. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Mr. Murphy,
Can answer any questions, no report, and Merry Christmas.
I would like to declare this a national holiday. For once now, I'm speechless, Corey. I don't know. Anybody from the chamber? Don't see Josh. Angela.
This is Denise King, and she is from the Heart of Indiana United Way. And Heart of Indiana United Way serves a larger region rather than just county by county. And she's going to tell you just a little bit about that briefly. And then what we would like to propose is a county employee-wide United Fund, United Way campaign.
Thanks, Angela. Hi, thank you for a little bit of your time. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. And I brought some materials. I don't know, I'll hand these to you, but I'm a hand talker, so I'm gonna hold one. As Angela said, Heart of Indiana United Way serves 5 counties. We serve Delaware, Henry, Madison, Randolph, and Fayette. We've been building our relationships and our work here in Henry County for about 7 years now. We've been investing about 3 times as much as we raise in Henry County. A lot of the work we're doing, just again, to keep it brief, is really focused on our struggling working families in our communities and the issues that are the most trying for them. So we're really working to break that cycle of generational poverty, keep folks out of poverty, and really work towards a future for folks where they're not relying on government and nonprofit resources, but really to be self-sustaining and successful. So what that looks like is we focus on youth opportunities for our kids, really focused on reading skills and education. We are also focused on the families because we know we can focus on our kids all we want, but if their families are struggling to make ends meet, the main focus is survival and not on education. So what we do with families is really help them build financial skills and stability. We offer here in Henry County not only healthcare navigation to make sure families are healthy through Covering Kids and Family. We have someone in our office here with the health department that's available for folks. We also provide to Henry County families the ability to get one-on-one coaching. That's financial coaching, family coaching, employment coaching, so people can repair credit, budget, earn higher wages, tackle big family issues. That is also free to anyone in Henry County. We also fund Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. If folks are familiar with that, I always see a smile when I say that. So really getting books in the hands of kids in the community. Right now, we have 1,000 kids in Henry County alone enrolled. And thanks to some additional support from the health department and from the Henry County Community Foundation, even though the state's cut the budget for helping us fund that, we're still able to bring that to the kids and make sure that no one's left out of that program. So there's a lot of other partners we have in the community. I brought some information on that if you'd like to look at that later. We have about 60 nonprofit partners regionally, and a lot of them serve Henry as well. And really just want to invite you to help us support. We can do a lot more in Henry County, but we do need folks to help. And honestly, just giving $1, the cool thing is with the United Way campaign is that we're able to pull all that money from the community and get that back out to programs that are nonprofit partners so they can benefit. We also do Day of Caring here in Henry County. I know a lot of people are familiar with that. We do an annual diaper drive in the spring. Henry County collected 70,000 diapers last year. That was more than any of our other counties, which was huge. And all the other programs, like I said, on this sheet that we fund. But we'd really love to have the county commissioners and the county support in running a campaign either this year or in the coming new year. So do you have any questions about our work? No? You're gonna go easy?
We used to always do it, and then it stopped.
Well, and I think with when the United Fund was here and that dissolved, basically, we were asked to step in and serve Henry County. And so there was that disconnect. We didn't honestly inherit anything. We had to build that work back up. So we're really fortunate to have like huge champions like Angela in the community. So we'd love to do that again. And I'm happy at a later date to meet with someone and tell them what that looks like. We'll make it real easy. That's my job. So thank you. Thanks for mentioning that too. So appreciate it. And if you don't have any other questions for me, I'll leave some materials. And...
Explain, if somebody doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if someone doesn't know what it amounts to is that we will send out a sponsor sheet and each employee can choose to participate or not participate. And if they do participate, we work with HR to have X amount of dollars deducted to the United Way per month or per pay or however we decide to set that up.
They can do
Is
a
how that works.
one-time.
Or
as
a
well.
one-time,
Mhm.
yes, a one-time one as well.
And our pledges do have, our pledge forms do have count by county or by something. If someone's really passionate about a specific nonprofit, they can also check that off. The dollars do stay local. We're part of a national network, but we pay a membership fee to them. So we get resources from them, but we own our own 501c3. So that means if we don't want to be part of that network or that network goes away, we're still here, still doing the good work. So yeah, thank you, Angela. That's really helpful. So.
Is that, Stephanie, is that all doable on your end? Okay. Want to make
Are
sure.
you who I need to see and talk to? No, probably. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The other item or two items, Joel had passed along the resolution for the JRAP opioid funding. So I think it's in the process, yeah, sorry, I'll get it out of the way and then I'll be done. Do you guys have any further questions on that?
Very bad.
Sorry, I skipped around.
Orange. It's behind the zoning.
Yeah.
So that'll secure the program for the 2026 year.
You reviewed this and we're all
I
okay.
prepared it, yeah, and I believe
Yeah.
you approved it
I
at the
thought we
last
did,
meeting.
yes.
This is just the resolution.
And then if you approve the resolution, then we take it to the council.
Yep.
You need action on this. So
I make-
do I have a motion to approve resolution number 2025-12-17-015?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve that resolution. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Then we do have a request from the Vivitrol program. We've spent our allotted opioid funding for that, and this is where the courts have referred clients to Chris Manning and her colleagues at Mind Mechanics, and the Vivitrol shot is that monthly injection. So the funding that we used for 2025 was to get those first couple of doses to our clients until we can get them set up on insurance. And so it's been a very successful program, and I'll leave with you a report that Chris typed up for me. We had, over the course of the year, 12 participants referred to the program. 3 of them successfully completed all 12 months of the Vivitrol shot and are doing wonderful things with their lives and moved on. See. Out of the total year, we gave 107 injections. Now, that didn't all come with this funding, but this funding certainly helped make that possible to get them up and running until we could get insurance going. So I think for 2026, the request is 50,000. The injections are a little over $1,700 each. So 50,000 will definitely, I think last year we did 40. So we just increased it a little bit.
All okay, right?
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve her request from $50,000 from the opioid settlement fund?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
And Joel, when you get the resolution sent, I'll make sure that you have Jason's email.
Okay,
and
perfect.
He'll just pull it through.
That works.
Thank you, Angela. Brian. Braden.
What's that look for?
Just watching the way you walked up, I figured this is gonna get ugly.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Okay.
I apologize for not getting it to you sooner, but I laid an agreement that Joel typed up, for us. It's basically the same agreement that we already have in place for, helping our employees get to Class B license. This is to obtain a Class A license. Because we still have a need for Class A license as well. And so, it's typed up exactly the same way that the Class B is, except for this is a 3-year agreement instead of a 2-year agreement with the Class Bs. And that's because of the increase in money, which it cost.
I'm
So,
under the
go ahead.
impression that the other program has been successful, correct?
Yes,
Haven't lost anybody that's had to pay money back yet?
no, sir.
Good deal. I know you're in the need of drivers desperately, so. And Joel, you're okay with the way it's
Yeah.
all been done?
Yeah, it's
All right.
same agreement we prepared. We just changed
Okay.
it a little bit around for the Class A.
There's not a actual line item in there for that, but we have, I mean, do we have to have a line item?
No, I'm just making sure they budgeted for it,
Okay.
because we don't have a pre-budget.
Correct, correct. And I mean, obviously, depending on what our budget is, but I wanted to get something in place.
I know you got a need for drivers and I understand that, and we have need to retain them once they get these licenses, especially if we're paying for it. So with that, do I have a motion on this agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Okay, with that being said, I have an employee who is budget providing. I have an employee that is ready to ready to go to the schooling, so could I get permission to send him to school based off of our
Are
budget?
you gonna send it here?
I mean, the sooner the better, but I mean, we can wait till after the first of the year, but I mean, so I can sign him up, but just because he's signed up this year doesn't mean he's gonna start this year. I haven't called to
You have
see
pay it
what,
When you sign him up, right?
his first day of class is when we pay it, so.
I just think you have to pay by Friday.
Yeah, and I haven't called for availability on classes because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to waste my time by calling, not knowing if this is going to be approved or not, so. I know the last one we sent, I was told I had to get permission for each individual person before they're enrolled in the schooling, so. I just want to make sure I'm doing it the right way.
I'd say if you got it in your budget and you need a driver and you have someone available, I'm not sure that he would have to come back to us for each one.
I don't think so.
So to me, once you have the agreement, if you have someone, by all means, instead of waiting,
Okay,
sign them up. Because this way we got drivers where you need them.
all right. And then, so can I get a signed copy today to take back with me? Because I know each time we send someone, it requires the signatures from you and then from the employee as well, so.
What do you think this is, Christmas?
It is Christmas. It's close enough to Christmas to call it Christmas.
I mean, man, you're asking an awful lot.
They have to have his original signature.
They need the employee to sign every time, but I think the commissioners could authorize signing it each time a new employee.
We can do that at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Should I ask how we're doing weather-wise?
I'd rather not.
Well, that's a
I'd rather
blank.
not ask you in the sheriff's department.
I thought there was a deer in a headlight look right there.
Today we're fixing trucks and trying to keep as many trucks on the road as possible, so we're ready for the next storm, so. The shop is full and there's a bunch of busybodies in there working on trucks, repairing trucks, putting trucks back together and what have you to be ready for the next storm, so.
Saw you were putting a culvert in off Sulphur Springs Road.
Yes, sir.
Emergency repair or just one that was already planned?
That was, not planned originally throughout this year, but there was a vehicle accident, earlier this year that ran off into that culvert pipe and severely damaged the inlet. So we decided after the inspection was done on the small structures, it was recommended that they had something done with it. So, we decided we'd just go ahead and replace it and get it done and over with.
Is the highway department doing that?
We have a contractor doing it for us,
Who's that?
ECC. That's all I have.
All
Do
righty.
you have any more questions? Okay.
Joe, do you have anything? Okay. Mr. Rust?
I think you've been given a agreement to provide services with HWC. The project is in the LO Brookshire Drain on North 3 at the Keystone new building for a jack and bore underneath of the Norfolk and Southern Railroad crossing. This is to get information together, has to be done by an engineer to be able to apply to do work in their easements. So that's what that agreement's for. So it's in the process of getting this done, then filling out the application and waiting for them to reply. So if anybody's got any questions on it, I'll be glad to. We've been taking it, Joel's reviewed it, and we took it in front of the drainage board, and everybody agreed on it to send it on to you guys.
Any comments or concerns, Joel?
No, I don't have any concerns.
Okay. Do commissioners have any questions on it?
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion's made second to approve agreement. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Mr. Green. Okay. Sheriff's Department. Everybody's going to speak on the credit card. Debbie, do you want to chime in on this so we know?
So what they're asking for is an extra credit card to put in to be signed up. They have credit cards in deputies' names that they carry. I guess they want this one to sign up. You want my 2 cents, I'll give it. I approve of them signing them out. State Board of Accounts slaps my hand every single year because departments put credit cards in employees' names and the employees carry them personally. Department head doesn't get smacked on the hand, so that's my 2 cents. They shouldn't do it, but you got, it happens and there's nothing I can do about it.
I was gonna say, I don't have a problem with the credit card. I do have an issue with what State Board of Accounts is saying, that we have credit cards out, and after the fiasco we had at the park, I have concerns with that. I don't know how, Joel, you feel about it legally, or what we should be doing, but that's my only concern. I don't have a problem with the credit card per se itself. I have a problem with the accountability of what we're doing with them, especially based on, like I said, what happened at the park over the last few years, that we've had to clean that mess up and still working on that.
It was months. We spent months, the state police and everybody else trying to get those credit cards that were in an employee's name, that we had no record of what the card number was or anything. We spent months. I mean, yeah, and I'm still doing it. I mean, I'm still working with them and I gotta go back and do it again. So that's another issue. I'm not saying that anybody's, I'm not gonna accuse anybody, but it happens to somebody that they didn't think it would happen to.
Mhm.
And just because they had the card in their name. Yeah, there was, and when it came down to it, there was 5 credit cards. So we had no idea there was even 1 credit card issue and there was 5. So we have no record of them, and it's our office that has to go back and find them, and it's a lot of work.
Who is this card going to be? Is it going to say sheriff's office?
I think from.
That was what Ann told me, I
My
think.
understanding is
Okay.
it will be for the sign out, which I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
So this is the way it should be.
Yeah.
This one's okay.
Right. It's the others that might not be.
Yeah.
I think personally that this one is basically what you're asking for. And once you get the ordinance work, that you're working with Joel on, the rest of them need to be reevaluated is my thought about it.
So based on, what, do you have a recommendation,
I
Joel?
mean, I think this is consistent with what would be what's proposed has adequate controls, so I'd be okay with approving this.
Yeah. So I'll make a motion that we approve this one and revisit once the new ordinance is drafted, the other cards.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the adding of a credit card. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Do you have 2 more cents you want to put in, or are you good for now?
No, the only thing I have now is Carrie Riley for the unoccupied grant.
Mhm.
She sent these last night, not realizing that you guys didn't have a meeting next week. And I think Heather put them in your binders. It's a $205,000 draw. It's all out of the grant. I just need you guys to approve it so we can send it in to state. I think it's on 3 properties.
Motion to approve the draw request for owner occupied housing.
Second. Motion's made and seconded to approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Let's see. I don't see Jenny. Cade. Or does Tom want to chime in anything for the park? Okay. All right. Assessors, I don't see Jody. Is this to finalize the thing we did for Nexus for her?
Yes.
And everything's okay with it, Joel?
It is.
So do I have a motion to approve the Nexus proposal submittal for reassessment annual adjustments for the assessor's office?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Lisa Lovelace, Gabe. Mr. True. It doesn't matter, I guess. If we want to get it out of the way, we can get it out of the way.
So I sent you a couple quotes for generator repair. Basically, this is for all the controls on the generator. We're starting to get some false alarms with issues that don't really exist because the controls and electronics are over 20 years old. I'm being told by McAllister's that the rest of the generator's good. Engine, as far as we know, is good. It's Perkins, parts are still available. They say the power generating parts, they say, are still available. It's just the controls are getting older and unreliable. Like I said, we got a couple false alarms a couple weekends ago. We had them out. They said the issues that it's telling us we have, we're not having, that the boards are starting to fail, but these original parts are essentially no longer available. So there's companies that make retrofit panels for all the controls and alarms. And that's what this quote's for. And then there's also a separate quote for a rental because they did say ours would be down for approximately 3 days while they do the upgrade. So there's a rental quote as well. So we have a generator while ours is down in case it were to be needed. So just looking for approval to do that if you guys think we should do it.
I'll say you and I talked about this earlier, and my question was if you had the money, and you said you did. So I believe that we ought to make sure that that generator is functioning at all times. So
Yeah, I agree. And at this point, we don't have any alarms because we have a remote panel inside dispatch that tells us if there's an issue with the generator. They had to disable that because of the false alarms. Essentially, it would just keep going off. So until we get this upgrade done, we have no way of knowing if there really is an issue, for one, because we're getting false alarms. We don't know if they're true or not, and we have no way to monitor at the moment, so.
do I have a motion to approve this quote?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
All right, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't see Mandy or Lucas. Treasurer. Troy? We ready for the storm, Troy? Okay, that's all I need to know. Don't see any other departments. Next up, we have a quote for $4,038 for a pipe replacement out at the YOC building. This is, we have multiple problems now that the cold weather has hit. I've been on the phone with our maintenance guys. We have multiple frozen lines out there. We have sprinkler issues. We have a whole bunch of damage. I'm getting ready to turn in a claim to our insurance company pertaining to this. So this is just going to be the start of many bills we're going to get from the YOC building. So I would entertain a motion.
So moved to approve $4,038 for pipe replacement at the YOC.
And just for clarification, if this is the same pipe that I saw the picture on, it goes down through the floor and it's basically delaminated where it goes through the floor and it's leaking, but it's getting ready to rupture, which will cause another major malfunction out there. So having a motion and a second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's from Jeff, right? Jeff, want to comment on this? Yeah, I saw him. He was hiding, but I saw him.
Basically, it's just a high-end security update that Brian and I feel like we need some help getting implemented. Joel approved the contract. We'll pay for the funds out of IT or a combination of IT and 911, either way.
Okay.
Just looking for approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. New business. Michael French.
Hi, my name is Michael French. I own the property at 5875 North Messick Road, and I'm in the beginning process of seeking rezoning efforts and business approval or commissioner approval for a RV park that I've designed and hoping to put on that property. I just want to take today's meeting as an opportunity to put a face to the project. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about that moving forward, please feel free to reach out to me with those. I'd love to discuss them with you.
I was gonna say, we have nothing to do with this until if it goes through planning and zoning.
Correct. Yeah, I just wanted to, eventually I'm hoping to get to where it will be in front of you guys and then that, introducing myself today personally for that reason.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Let's see. Next up, we have the EMS interlocal cooperation agreement. Brian, do you want to talk about this?
Any questions? It's what we've talked about and just in writing, Joel put the agreement together with the city and the county. So continue to provide services.
It's like nothing really changes other than we've got a 2-year agreement between us and the city on.
Right, it is a 2-year agreement, so.
And pending adequate appropriations. So I thought it was a fairly written contract.
It's like, I think it's went up to 600 and was it 19,000 or 650, something like that.
I think it's 590, then next,
500.
following year, no more than,
Up, almost like it's
Whatever.
619,
619,000.
maximum increase of 5% to that point. So, yeah, because I was thinking it was 590 that we approved or tentatively, depending on the budget.
right?
And I know that council president had asked for a 2-year agreement, makes it easier for the county to budget. I'm okay with that. Brian's worked hard. I've had conversations between him and the mayor. I think this is, to me, beneficial to both parties to keep everything moving forward. But I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motions are made and seconded to approve the interlocal agreement between Henry County and City of Newcastle. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Debbie's got the original for you guys to sign.
Okay. On recommendation, as far as the personnel handbook, there's a couple things on it we need to look at. I'd like to table that for now. If the other commissioners are not opposed to doing so. What was it you asked me about?
No, after you'd seen it, you said you had.
I hadn't seen it. So, I mean, I haven't had a chance to review what was just presented. So, what was the last change? the holiday pay. If you guys are okay with it, that was the only thing that had changed, and I was part of that change, so I'm okay with approving it if you guys had a chance to adequately look it over.
Are we talking about the change in holiday pay with the sheriff and 911 or, yeah, yes.
If they work the holiday, they get paid, double time. And then if they don't work the holiday, they just get that holiday pay during that pay period.
Mhm. Yeah. And that was what you talked through with Shannon, and he was comfortable with the resolution. Yeah. So I had some communication with Shannon about it, and I thought that was fair also. So I'm okay with that piece of it.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And then we have the ADA plan. Stephanie, do you have any comments?
You guys, last month, we was like, with the time for this, if we need to comment on it, it's final.
Okay. Want to thank Lori Christie's company, HWC, for facilitating this because this was going to hold up any federal money we got. So thank you for doing that. Don't worry, there's no Christmas bonus coming with that, but do I have a motion to approve the ADA document?
Moved.
Second.
Motion's been made, and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Saunders.
Last meeting we were at, I talked to you about the ceiling project in the old courtroom. And it was mentioned that you were told it was cost prohibitive. And you asked me if it was gonna cost 500,000.
Yeah, well, that was the discussion at the
I know,
beginning.
So
Yeah.
And when we built the original courthouse for $120,000, we talk about millions, that's all. But we were able to get a gentleman come in and look at the molding around the ceiling and gave us a cost for repairing that molding around the complete ceiling and making it paintable for $37,500.
Yeah.
I guess my question today is, do we still have to raise that $37,500 or can you find that within your budget? The next, we've kind of got the cart before the horse. It would have been nice if we'd have been able to do all this before we'd let a contract and everything else, because preferably it'd be nice if the ceiling was re-drywalled and then all this molding was finished and painted. And I don't know if that's possible, but I mentioned it to Steve today, because I think we could get the ceiling drywalled and the other work you wanted done less than what the contract probably calls for. So I've talked to the Historical Society. I'm joined by Richard McKnight. If we are going to raise the money would be given to the Historical Society, which would make it a tax deductible contribution. So I guess that's what I'm looking for guidance. I don't know. I brought a picture of the courtroom after it was constructed. I don't know if you ever.
Thank you.
But right now, the ceiling's dropped to right there.
Right.
Right, and there's
Okay.
probably 14 feet above the ceiling. So, we had a potential donor in to look at it this morning before we came out. I guess I just want to know what direction you'd like us to go to.
Well, obviously our funding is limited, so if you can raise the money, it would make it a heck of a lot easier to get this done. And I expressed to you, my only concern was we have already ordered the tile and it was a special order, so I don't know, without going back and talking to the contractor again, whether we can put that back, if you guys are willing to take that next step and put the drywall up too, because they're not as willing to want to do that, at least from the conversation. You can correct me if I'm wrong. That was kind of the impression I got, was they did not want to do that part. So
Are we talking now about not putting the drop ceiling in and redoing the ceiling?
It would be nice if we could
Yeah.
just drywall the ceiling.
Right. And then where would we do electricals and,
Well, there's
So-
I went up
Yeah.
in the attic before I came out here.
Uh-huh.
There's plenty of room above the
Right.
room to do all your wiring and your air conditioning or whatever else.
I can just see Henry's face right now.
Sorry.
do I?
You
I-
guys talked to Jeff,
I'll say Jeff,
because he had an issue with the
Yeah.
equipment.
and that was part of the holdup, was trying to redesign where the speakers and things would go. So that's all. A lot of this is going to hinge on how much it affects, because each time we do this, the price adjusts. So
I have a question before Jeff speaks. How much do we think that the drywalling of the ceiling?
Get an estimate on.
Okay.
Well, I'm willing to do that. and
Yeah.
We have to meet state standards for that.
Okay.
Assume there'd have to be 2 layers of drywall. I mean, the studs on that are 16-inch center. There is some lath that needs to be repaired, but it all doesn't have to come down. And I think the drywall could be hung directly over that, probably 2 layers. You could put recessed lighting and your wiring can all
Okay.
be done above.
Okay, Jeff, your turn.
I say we got the cart before the horse. This should have all been done before.
Yeah.
Well, the issue that we had recently was the drop ceiling that you were going to install, the height variance changed,
yes,
which was gonna limit what we put in there as far as speakers or other equipment. If you're gonna drywall it and we're gonna go above that, I'd have to get the AV engineer back out to look at that and see. But I don't remember off the top of my head, wasn't it like 10 inches or something that we?
yes.
You said 10, yeah.
Full clearance from the face of the tile above for our equipment.
And I know we had talked about possibly recessing between joists depending on where the speaker location may have been, or building a box to drop the speakers down slightly in the ceiling. So I know that was the 2 discussions that were had. I didn't know how much this affects you and the speakers that we're using. So this is a conversation that we're going to have again. I just know right now, this is the time to have it before we start actually ripping things apart. But I also know the only thing that hinges is the fact that we've already ordered the tile. It was a special order. So I don't know how that affects, and I don't know if we can send it back, or if we would get a credit, or the restock fee would cost the same as having the tile. So those are my concerns going forward, is how that's going to play out.
And I don't know if it's possible that you guys could just take the courtroom out of your project and the money that you were gonna set aside for that, that we could do that together. I know when you get into these projects, you have to go through a lot of hoops. I know we have to meet state guidelines, but I think the labor time to drop a ceiling would be more than the drywall ceiling. I'm just estimating, I haven't got, but I think the time wise there, and I know you've got a lot of money set aside for scaffolding. But like I say, carts before the horse we're dealing with.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do this, we ought to do it right, and this is the one and only time we're gonna have the chance to do it.
So the budget for the project right now, there are excess funds, but there also is a long list of things that weren't put into the scope of of phase 1, I would say. So I think there's going to be a phase 2. I think the courtroom is a high priority. I personally would be in favor of funding with the money we've already set aside to do this ceiling project, as reasonable as the cost is. The trade-off is something else down the road won't get done, whether it's a bathroom somewhere or carpet in another room or something. But right now, I think it's just a question of prioritization. The funding is there. The needs exceed the funding, as always. But I think this is a high priority. So those are just my thoughts about it.
I think we need to look into what it's going to cost to do the drywall. If you're willing to put that time in and give us an estimate on that, what that's going to cost, and then we need to find out what we can do with the tile that we've ordered.
Yeah.
If we can send it back, and if we can, what's the cost? what that's going to change, what it looks like, and then get with, IT and Jeff to find out when he gets his guy out there, what that is going to entail, moving speakers and things around. Because I think we still have a little bit of a window before they start in there because we got a bunch of other things going on.
Well, the estimate that we had for that work, he can't start until March. So I didn't know how that played out with what else was going on.
Well,
Right.
Windows were probably,
And I talked to W.R. Duncan about, I was trying to get it to where once the scaffolding was in, we could accommodate both parties as far as fixing those items while that scaffolding there, so we didn't have to pay for it twice. They thought they could work around that to make sure while it was there that we may be able to accommodate. I don't know if there'll be a fee involved. Because everybody has a price for doing everything, so.
I do know that the gentleman that we contacted to do the work has worked with your company before, so they are aware of him.
Yes, they said he's very well known with them, so that was a good thing. So yeah, I think we can make this work. It's just, we gotta get all those little details worked out. So if you can give me a price on that, then I've got something to go with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is the 2026 Spiceland Police Contract between Matt Pierce. Joel, have you reviewed this?
I have, yeah. I think a similar contract's been done several years
Yes.
at least.
And nothing changed that we should be concerned of?
I didn't notice anything in here that
Okay.
changed, other than maybe the dollar figures.
Okay. Do I have a motion to?
moved.
Second.
Motion's made, seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have a bond for Debbie Walker. Do I have a motion to approve the bond?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next up, we have board appointments. Starting out with Henry Community Health Board wants to reappoint Bud Shore to their board. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and second to approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Next up, library wants to appoint Roxanne Thornburg to their board. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and second to approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next up, the RDC is asking for reappointments of John Madison, Paul Jansen, and Melissa True. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Now, I have a approval of the zoning map change proposal number 481, Mr. Green.
You should have before you, ordinance requesting change of map proposal, for a rezone. This was approved by the planning commission at a recent meeting. For those of you who are not familiar, these are two small properties that would be at the end of the Kennard Lake Estates addition. In the past year, there've been 14 new homes built out there. And, it's about $3 million worth of new housing just in that little addition. So that's been a great addition to the county. There was a small parcel at the end of Mr. Freeman's field. It's a large field, little corner that was really more of a pain for him than it was anything else. So the person doing the new homes in Kennard Lake Estates offered to buy those two parcels from him. So we rezoned those parcels to that. This is just an approval to change those from agricultural to R1, so 2 more homes can be built out there.
Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We already did the resolution. Any comments from the public? Mr. Rust?
We'll talk about the courthouse. Are we on budget, over budget? Does anybody tell me where we're at standing wise, money wise with this project?
We're under budget about 2.4, 2.2 million.
We are gonna get to the annex building.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just want
There
to make
is-
sure we're. because
There's work
a lot of
being
needs over
done.
there.
Yeah.
And now there's not going to be as much done because we didn't allocate as much money, but whatever money we can save, we obviously will put toward that because there is a great need. I don't think we're going to have enough money to do everything we need to do to all the buildings, but I'm hopeful that we make a huge dent in where we're at. And
Just get the outside words.
and that's the priority, is trying to fix the outside, because we have several places where we've got brick coming apart. You're supposed to be getting new windows shortly. We all are. I'm not holding my breath on what that date looks like yet, but it's coming because every time we think we're there, it gets changed. Because apparently with an old building, it's not built, things have shifted over the years, apparently. So the things we order don't always fit where they're supposed to, so they have to be re-engineered. And that's been a lot of the delays so far.
Just some issues if they don't get taken care of. but-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Debbie's.
we don't get
being
heat in the
strict.
courthouse, that's another one of those uphill battles we're fighting right now, is trying to get heat back in the courthouse. We've been almost 3 weeks with no heat. And before we cause more damage, that, there was miscommunication between the utility company and, all parties involved. And it's made things very uncomfortable at the courthouse right now.
The young lady from DLZ yesterday said that she'd heard that the windows had been delivered to the warehouse.
Oh, really?
And I said, where's the warehouse? And she said, I don't know. But at least they've been delivered someplace.
Do they open or not? Are they
Well,
supposed to open?
they
Some
better.
do, some don't.
Apparently that's the same place where my wife wants to eat, as I don't know every time I ask her when we go out. So I don't know where that location is, but I'd like to find it. Anything else from the public? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Thank you, folks.
These are just you.
Just me?
Hi, Ann.
That I'm supposed to sign those, just me?
Just you.